Hey, morning everyone. Welcome to class. I'll just give you a few moments to click into the group and find your space in the group. See if you can find me. Anyone out there that wants to join me live this morning, just click in, and we're going to be doing a class today, a bit of an all-round class again. There'll be some sun salutations, but there's always those nice modifications as well, so I'll be bringing those to you too. I'm going to be working with geranium oil this morning, so feel free to say hello if you join in the comments, and feel free to ask any questions that you might want to in the comments. If I don't get back to you now during the class, then I often look at all the comments afterwards, so you're welcome to sort of ask any questions as you think of them, if that happens. So geranium oil today, which is a great balancing oil, so it's useful for balancing hormones, but it's also useful for balancing mood. So any of us are feeling a little bit low, morning Jeanette, then we can kind of lift our mood a little bit with geranium, or if we're feeling quite overstimulated, it helps to sort of relax you a little bit as well. So if you're feeling stressed or at the other end of that spectrum, it's a lovely balancer. It works well on the hormonal and the endocrine system, and also very good in skincare as well, good for balancing the skin. So if any of you have any issues with your skin, let me just press this here. There we go. If any of you have any issues with skin, then it's a great thing for balancing oily and dry skin. Okay, so geranium oil we're going to be using today. I'll just give a few more of you a bit of time to click in. I think I've come on a little bit early this morning. So I did a little video at the beginning of the day just about blocks and straps and things, because a couple of people have asked about them. And at some point I'm also going to do a class on a class using all the blocks and the straps, because I think it might be useful for some of you to see how you can use them to deepen your practice. So as I say, today we're going to be working with geranium oil. We're going to be doing some sun salutations, a little bit of exercise just to get us warmed up for the weekend, but also maybe bringing awareness to the heart center today. So just spending a little bit of time thinking about working with Anahata, which is the fourth chakra. So the color that governs Anahata is the color green, and it's very much a healing colour, and it's about, the heart centre is all about our relationships with others, our relationships with ourselves, and just kind of how we fit into the world. So the word I'm going to be working with today is acceptance. So again, I like to work with acceptance. We're living in a very rapidly kind of changing and fluid environment, so it's really important that we learn to sort of accept the situations that we're finding ourselves in. So for me, it's about having to rejig my whole business, think about how I'm going to be able to share what I can with other people. So I'll be working on that sort of over the weekend. For those of you that are going to be here next week, I'm doing slightly shorter classes on Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, because I'm going to be doing a juice detox with Jane, and we're going to be doing lots of walking and exercise and stuff. Any of you interested in joining in with that juice detox, head over to Jane's page, and she'll have lots and lots of information about it. So I'm going to come down onto the mat and get going. Any of you that have joined and say hello, hello. If I miss you, I can have a little chat with you at the end, okay? And I know there's quite a few of you that are going to come back into it later on tonight. So if you're watching it second time round, hello. Okay, I'll come onto the mat. We're going to begin laying down, and we're going to start by taking the block. So take your block. I've talked a little bit about blocks this morning. I tend to use the 5 centimetre block or the 10 centimetre block. The 10 centimetre block is a little bit tougher to use under the back when you're teaching and talking. You find you can't speak quite so much. So I'm going to be using this one today, the 5 centimetre, but we're going to come down into supported Matsyasana, and just begin to relax down over your block or brick. Or again, you can use oh, hello, hi Pat, hi Pete, oh, welcome to class Pete. Or you can use just a thinner block or a roll or rolled up blanket or a cushion, anything that just lifts the chest a little bit. And just to give you an idea, I take it just to here really. So the top of the block is just aligned up just underneath the shoulder blades, or you can have it sideways on if it feels more comfortable. Have a little play around and just see what works for you. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the block, just have a nice lie down. And just bring your awareness to your body and your breath for a moment. So take a moment to find comfort here. Lovely. And then as you lay down, just some nice gentle breaths just to clear any stale air that might be in the lungs. So just as you breathe in, see if you can fill the lungs a little bit, maybe get the belly lifting a little bit as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just releasing any of that stale air that's held in the lungs. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. And just taking a moment here just to let go of all the muscles. We're going to take the feet wider than hip width, maybe out to the corners of your mat. And then this will help just to allow you to let go through the hips a little bit more. If the block doesn't feel comfortable for you at all, you can always remove, you can always take the block away and just come down onto your back. Lovely. Palms of the hands are going to face upwards, and we're going to gently breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to just find a nice natural breath here as you lay down over the block, just allowing the shoulders to relax down to the floor. Just bringing your awareness to your breath and your body. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're just going to take a moment to check in with the body and the mind. So scanning softly through the ankles and the feet. Maybe give them a little wiggle or a little shake just to kind of relate yourself to the feet. Just know what's going on with them. Maybe a little bit of movement through the legs. And then draw your belly in a fraction. Allow those shoulders to relax down. And the arms are just nice and soft. Maybe a gentle wriggle of the fingers. And I want you to think about any tightness that you might have through the body or any injuries that you're working with. So anything that's causing you any pain or tension in the body, bring your awareness to that area for a moment. Send some compassion and love to that area and really think about looking after that area during practice. So if you're working with any lower back issues, for example, draw the awareness to your back and just promise to yourself that you're not going to do anything that's going to put more pressure into the back. So really look after that area. We're not going to force ourselves into postures, or if anything feels too strong or we feel like we're struggling, then that's our message to just back off and take a rest if we need to. So always fine to take a rest whenever you want. Nice, so gently breathing in and breathing out, and then just bring your awareness to the mind. Notice any thoughts that might be coming into the mind. Maybe expand out with your hearing. Notice any sounds that you can hear in the distance. And try not to have any judgment about these sounds. Try to let go of any judgment and just allow those sounds to flow on past in the same way that you would allow your thoughts to flow on past. Really nice. So breathing in and breathing out. Just allowing gravity to do its work as your shoulders roll down. We're going to take a breath in now. And very gently begin to bring those legs a little bit closer together. Nice, just find a lovely connection through the back of the legs. As you press down into the heels, just draw your toes up towards the ceiling. Feel nice and tight through the calves And as you breathe in, lift the arms overhead. Again, listen to your body. If it doesn't feel good to have the arms overhead, take them out to the side or leave them down by the sides of the body. Always a modification or a variation to the pose. Lovely deep breaths in now as we draw the belly in, and then on the out breath, really reach away into those fingers. Find a lovely connection through the fingers. Inhale and exhale as we lengthen away, finding that lovely stretch. See if you can press the back of the knees down towards the floor a little bit more, and see if you can draw the belly in and draw those ribs in. Beautiful. Nice full body connection as we stretch from the tips of the fingers all the way down to the heels. One more deep breath in here, and on the exhale, we're going to take those arms and draw a lovely big arc through the air. Allow the hands to softly come down and palms turn upwards. Nice. Breathe in as we step the feet up towards the groin. And then breathing out, bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to gently make their way down towards the floor. Nice. Breathe in and breathe out. See if you can press the soles of the feet as close together as you can. See if you can touch the big toes and the next ones all the way down until even the little toes touch. Feeling that whole surface of your feet as it connects. Nice and flat through the front of the pelvis. We're going to take a breath in, and if it feels good, arms can come overhead again. Lovely, reach away into the fingertips. Breathing in as we feel that lift through the chest. Keep drawing the ribs inwards. And breathe out. Just soften into it a little bit. So remember, you shouldn't be feeling any struggle here. If you're feeling like it's a struggle, that's the body's message to just kind of back off, ease into it a little bit more. The knees may want to come a little bit further down. Every time you breathe out, just see if you can soften into it. You can bring the heels a bit closer towards the bottom if that feels good, or you can take them further away. Breathe in and breathe out. Really lovely. One more breath in here. We're going to bring the hands together and draw them down to the heart center. And we're going to take a moment here just working with our intentions. So any intentions that you might have for your practice, or maybe any intentions that you want to bring into your life. You might want to, I don't know, organise something. I've been promising to organise my office since the beginning of lockdown, and where the weather's been so nice, I haven't done it, you know, so I kind of need to start moving with some of that organisation now the weather's turned a little bit. So maybe making a little bit of a commitment to doing something that's going to make your life a bit easier. Breathe in and breathe out. It might be about welcoming some healing into your life, or welcoming joy, making sure you have some fun over the weekend. Lovely. One more nice deep breath in here. And exhale, we're going to release the hands, come down. Lovely big breath in again, and exhale. Just let that breath go and let anything negative go with it. So allow it to sink down into the floor. Any frustrations, any sadness, any anger, just allowing it to all dissipate. You can leave it all outside of the door and spend the next hour or so just working on yourself. Treating yourself to a nice nourishing experience. One more breath in here, and then as you exhale, we're going to bring those knees all the way back up to the center and plant the feet down into your mat again. Really feel connected. So working into your foundations, feel that support of the earth underneath the hands and the feet for a moment, and allow those shoulders to just again relax down a little bit more. Breathing in and breathing out. Really lovely. Now one more breath in here, and then on the exhale we're going to gently come over to one side, remove your block and just place it to the side for a moment. excuse me, and then come back down onto your mat and just allow that feeling in the back. So allow it to just spread out across the back if you were over the block or the brick. Just allow to feel totally connected into the back for a moment. Press the flat of the back down, so where the curve happens usually under the small of the back, just press that down, draw your belly in and feel that whole connection, the whole of the back down on the floor. Really nice. And then we're going to just try and recreate that lift into the chest by drawing the shoulders together and pressing the palms of the hands down onto the floor. So almost try to bring the chest up towards the chin and recreate that lift where the block was before. Lovely. Breathe in nice and deeply here. Feel that gentle tightening through the belly as well. And then relax for a moment. So just allow everything to be nice and soft. Take the feet to hip width distance apart. Nice comfortable space between the feet. And try to get those ankles just underneath the knees if you can. But remember, if it doesn't feel great as you come up, make a change if you need to. Adjust the feet so that you do feel comfortable. Bringing the toes inwards a little bit will help us to keep the knees on track as we come up into Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. Excuse me. So we're going to reach the fingertips down towards the back of the heels. See if we can touch them. Take a lovely big breath in here. And then on the exhale, I want you to gently draw your belly button in and roll your hips away, just coming all the way up to where feels comfortable, maybe to the middle of your back. Take a breath in and exhale, roll it all the way down. So we're going to warm up the back a little bit. So with some nice gentle rolling moves. So breathing in when you reach the bottom, find that lovely arch through the back. And then exhale, draw your belly in, rolling all the way up. Again, pressing down gently into the hands and feet. Take it up to where feels good. And then take a breath in here. Exhale, release all the way down. Really nice. Releasing all the way down again. Find that gentle arch through the back, gently tipping the pelvis forwards. And then breath in. As we exhale, draw your belly in and lift the hips all the way up. So a nice soft rolling motion with the breath. You can close the eyes if you want to. Breathe in as you get to the top and breathe out as you lower everything down. Really nice. So nice work into the whole of the spine. Breath in at the bottom, exhaling, rolling those hips away, maybe coming a little bit higher up this time, maybe up towards the shoulders. Breath in here. Exhale, release all the way down, really making the most of this move, feeling almost a lovely sensation of massage up through the sides of the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely, lifting those hips. Begin to squeeze a little bit through the front of the thighs now. Notice if you've got a bit more height here. Breath in here, exhale, release all the way down. We're going to take a nice breath in at the bottom here, and then this time when we come to the top of the pose, we're going to hold for a moment. So breath in and breath out as we lift the hips all the way up. Bring the hips as close up towards the ceiling as you can, and then we're going to hold the pose but not the breath. So keep breathing deeply in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. Notice how that helps you to stay up a little bit more. And then I want you to really switch on all the muscles of your legs. So switch on the calf muscles, the thighs, the bottom, and draw your belly in. Take a breath in now. Release the shoulders a little bit. So let go of any tightness around the top of the shoulders and the back of the neck. Keep the head nice and central. Tuck the chin in very gently. Find that lovely length through the back of the neck and then press into the feet again. See if you can lift those hips a bit higher up. Remember, you can rest if you need to though. So if any of you are struggling or it feels painful, come down and take a rest. It's okay to do that. Deep breathing in and a nice long slow exhale out. Really nice. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Everything else is switched on though, really building strength through the legs, Feeling that tension through the front of the thighs and the front of the hip flexors. Beautiful. One more nice deep breath in here. And exhale, slowly lower it all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until we come to the bottom. Well done, everyone. Nice. Just release a couple of gentle pelvic curls here. And we're going to just draw those knees softly in towards the chest. Hold on to the fronts of the shins for a moment and flatten your back to the floor. Tuck your chin in. Big breath in here and a nice breath out. Another big breath in here and a nice big breath out. And one more time. Lovely deep breath in and breath out. Beautiful. Now you can make some movements into that lower back if you want to now. So maybe just easing away into your lower back, drawing some circles. Take it one direction then the other. Or you can be rocking softly from side to side or taking the knees forwards and back, whatever works for you. Take the hands between the legs for a moment. Just hold on to those ankles and gently press into the inner thighs. So we're just opening up into those hips, a gentle stretch into the inner thigh for a moment. Allow that to soften a little bit. Nice. Should feel nice. See if you can send those knees so that they're pointing to either sides of the wall. You can maybe try and bring the soles of the feet together. Lovely. Keep the head, neck and shoulders down. Head nice and central. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Nice breath in here. We're going to draw the knees back in again. Take the feet down to the floor and just extend your arms out to the side. Take a breath in here. As we exhale, bring the ankles together and just allow the knees to softly come over to the right side. So gently moving our way into a gentle reclined twist. Find what works for your body. Lovely. If you feel that you want to extend into it a little bit, you can just ease that left hip forwards, and this increases the stretch and the twist through the waist on that left side. Shoulders are both down on the floor. So here again, you might find that you need to either grab a blanket or a block, and you can pop it under the knees if you want to give yourselves a little bit of support. Lovely. We're going to look towards the left hand. Knees are going right. Beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out, seeing if you can ease maybe the knees a little bit closer together, maybe the ankles a bit closer. But again, work within your own range. Don't cause any problems for yourself, you know, don't kind of stretch into it too deeply. Really important that you listen to your body and you notice if it feels as if you've come to your yogic edge. The yogic edge is that place where if you go over it, you're going to move into pain, and we never move through pain. One more breath in here, and then on the exhale, we're going to draw those knees back up to the center. Take a moment, just allow the spine to align, and maybe draw your belly in a couple of times, gentle pelvic curl just to straighten through that spine. So again, bringing the feet nice and close together, we're going to draw the belly in, and as we exhale, just take those knees all the way over to the left side this time. So again, we work towards bringing the knees and ankles together, and we work towards stacking the hips, keeping this shoulder down on the floor, and just looking towards that right hand this time, finding a gentle stretch through the neck. Breathe in and breathe out, maybe easing the right hip forwards a little bit. Lovely detoxifying twist, helping to rid the body of toxins, squeezing into our soft tissues. Really nice. And we're easing that hip away from the armpit. Drawing the belly in. If you want to extend it, you can maybe slide the knees up a little bit if that feels good for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in here. And then on the exhale, we're going to draw your belly in and bring the knees all the way back up to the center again. And again, just straightening the spine, gentle roll through the pelvis, just to release. And you can bring the knees in as well if you want to. So whatever works for you. Just moving around a little bit. Great. We're going to take a breath in here, cross over the ankles, and then roll yourself up to seated. Well done. So coming to the middle of your mat, I'm going to take a moment to find our Sukhasana, easy pose or pose of ease, and just spend a few moments settling down here and releasing the muscles of the legs. So again, for those of you that are finding Sukhasana a bit of a challenge, sometimes taking a block or a blanket underneath will help you. It will give you a little bit of cushioning there. Maybe having some pillows under the knees as well, that can be quite useful too. And if it feels painful or it's really not going to work for you, you can have one leg out if you want to, if it's pain on one side, or you can take both of your legs out, or bring the feet to a nice diamond shape, or have them out in front. So whatever works for you. Lovely. If you're coming into full Sukhasana, you know, think about crossing the legs over, or you can always pop one foot in front of the other, bringing yourself into a slightly different pose, but it can give you some space through those hips. Lovely. So we're going to take a moment here to breathe in and extend up through the spine. So really lengthen your spine out through the top of the head. So I want you to really think about this crown of the head lifting. Tuck in the chin a little bit, retract that chin. Breathe deeply in, fill the lungs for a moment. Take your time to fill them, and then breathing slowly out through the nose. Really lovely. So just finding that nice breath in and breath out for a moment. Beautiful. So we're going to take a breath in here, and then inhale, lift those arms all the way up. Palms come together for a moment. Exhale, allow the hands to come all the way down. Inhaling up, really nice, and exhaling down. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Beautiful. And one more time, just inhaling up as we reach your way up into the fingers. Palms come together and bring your hands down to your heart center. Lovely. Inhale. We're going to just turn towards our right leg. Release that left hand down onto the knee and take a gentle twist here. So again, just to follow up from that twist as we were laying down, find a lovely twist. Keep the head over the heart, heart over the pelvis. Lift up as you breathe in through the crown of the head. And then as you breathe out, gently using the hands as levers, you can turn towards the right. Nice. Take a breath in here. Lovely. Next exhale, just bring yourself back to the center. We're going to inhale up with the arms and exhale down. 2 more times. Inhaling up, feel that work all the way up into the fingers. And exhale down, and one more time, just inhaling all the way up, palms of the hands together, draw those hands down to your heart center. Beautiful. Gently turning towards the left this time, release your left hand, your right hand, and your left hand comes behind you. Breathe in as you lift up through the crown of the head, and breathe out, gently turning your chest. Beautiful. Breathing in as you lift, and breathing out, a gentle rotation. Lovely. And then one more time. As we breathe in, we lift up nice and tall, relax your shoulders, and breathe out, turning. Beautiful. Bring yourself all the way back to the beginning and walk your hands forwards to wherever feels comfortable and release your head. So comfortable can be right up here, just letting go of the head, let go of your belly for a moment. Or it can be down on the floor with the forearms out in front, releasing the head. Just take a moment here, listening to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Really let go. Beautiful. One more breath in here, and we're going to bring those hands all the way back, just changing the cross of the legs for a moment. Take the hands to the knees, And we're going to inhale and open through those collarbones, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, I want you to draw the belly in. Lovely, rounding your back. A little bit of a gentle seated cat-cow. Inhale as you open through those collarbones. So it's all about the posture today. So really working to lengthen the spine, feel connected into your body at the moment, and then working with the breath as you exhale, draw the belly in. Allow the chin to come down to the chest. Inhaling again, just looking up towards the ceiling, and exhale, beautiful. Draw the belly in, round your back. Nice. So we're going to come back to the centre. One more stretch through the arms just before we come over. So we're going to take the right arm first, bring it all the way across the body. Okay, and then I want you to look towards the right, and you might be able to just pop your chin on top of your shoulder. Don't worry if not. Find a comfortable place here, a little bit of an extension into the neck, a little bit of work into the deltoid muscle. Release. Lovely. And then come on to the other side. So left arm comes across. We look towards the left. Notice if it feels different. You might have a little bit of tightness one side compared to the other. Pop your chin onto your shoulder if you can reach it. Try to keep the shoulder relaxed. And again, don't worry if not. You might find one side you can and one side you can't. Lovely. Some work into this deltoid muscle just across the top of the shoulders. Gentle pressure into the elbow here. Really nice. One more breath in and release. And then we're just going to bring both arms in front, clasp the hands, and again, open into the shoulders at the back. Really nice. Draw your belly in, allow the chin to come to the chest. Beautiful. One more breath in. We're going to lift the arms up and release. Allow those arms to softly come all the way down. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. So, coming over onto hands and knees now. Removing your block or pillow or whatever you've got underneath you. Take a moment here just to find a nice comfortable place in your hands and knees. Open the palms of the hands and the fingers. And make sure that you've got maybe 3 to 4 inches between the knees, and that the hips are over the knees, shoulders are over the wrists. So I want you to imagine those imaginary tennis balls underneath your armpits, and really begin to draw the shoulders down so that you don't drop your tennis balls. So I want you to hold on to them. Really nice. Flats of the front of the feet are flat down onto the floor. So we're really pressing down into them a little bit. Lovely. Big breath in here. Big breath out. Draw your belly in. Find a connection into your core. Lovely. Draw the shoulders away from your ears and squeeze the muscles of your legs. So we're really connecting with the pose. Nice. We're going to breathe in, gently curve the back, look up through the eyebrows. And then breathing out, draw your belly in and release head and tailbone. Inhale into your cow pose. Nice and fluid with the movements. And exhale into your cat pose. Gorgeous. Inhaling into your cow pose. And exhaling into cat. Rounding the back, pressing up and out of those fingers. Keep fully connected into your fingers, knuckles down into the mat. Remember, you can modify by coming down onto your forearms. Exhaling back into your cat. And then one more time, we're just going to inhale through into cow pose, open the collarbones, and exhale into your cat pose. Beautiful. Next time you inhale, we're just going to come to a nice neutral place. Take the knees apart and exhale back to child pose. Release your forehead to the floor. Big breath into the lungs and exhale as you release everything down. Really nice. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Really nice. One more breath in here, and we're going to walk the hands forwards a little bit and just extend into the side of the body. Really stretch through those arms. So pressing the hands firmly down into your mat, drawing your hips back as far as you can. Find lovely traction through the side of the body. Beautiful. Take a lovely big breath in here, and we're going to lift the bottom up and come down into melting heart. So release the hands so that they come towards the corners of the mat. Maybe draw your knees in a fraction. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower the armpits and the heart down into the mat. Lovely. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat too. Breathe in and breathe out as you lower the chest down a little bit more. You can keep the hips lifted. Beautiful. Breath in and breath out. Lovely full body connection into the hands. So we're still really stretching away with those arms. One more breath in here. And then we're going to take the right arm, slide it underneath and allow the right shoulder, right ear to come down to the floor. 2 nice long breaths in here. Breath in and breath out. Soften down. Breath in again and breath out. Beautiful. Release the hand and we're going to come on to the other side. So let's take that left one, thread it all the way underneath. Allow that ear and shoulder to come down. Lovely stretch through the whole body. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in and release. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees. Lovely. So we're going to come to downward facing dog. So again, look after your body here. If it feels like your shoulders don't want to take it today, you can sit back into your child pose, take a rest whenever you need to. Alternatively, some of you might want to just be on the forearms and send the hips up, and you can come into a form of dolphin pose. That just takes the weight off of the wrists, any of you working with wrist injury. Lovely. If you're coming into full downward dog, we're going to just tuck those toes under for a moment. Press back into the underside of the toes, feel that lovely stretch through them. And then on the exhale, pick up the hips and send them up and back as far as you can. Let's take some gentle pedals here, just opening into those hips a little bit if you want to. Draw the hips up and back as far as you can. So really press down into the palms of your hands. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Really nice. Scoop your belly in and release your head. Nice. So make sure you've got a nice wide downward facing dog. So really connecting into your mat and taking a lovely long gap between the hands and the feet. We're going to take a breath in here. As we exhale, come up onto your tiptoes, draw your belly in and roll yourself over to a plank pose. Now, if you want to, pop those knees down, but stay in this plank. And I want you to think about drawing your belly in, drawing the shoulders away from your ears. So we're really switched on through the front of the abdominals, all the abdominal muscles. Squeeze the legs. You can release the feet if that feels better for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Tuck your toes back under if you've got the knees down, and then draw the belly in, straighten those legs at the back and lift your belly back, taking the hips up into downward facing dog again. Lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. One more breath in here. And we're going to roll all the way down again. So again, you've got the opportunity here if you want to. You can keep those, keep the knees up if that feels better. But if you've got those knees up, nice and strong through the belly, squeeze the whole of the body and press firmly into your heels. Draw your shoulders away. You can, of course, take those knees down if that feels better for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. And then one more breath in, and as you breathe out, draw that belly in and come all the way back to your downward facing dog. Lovely. Well done, everybody. Take a nice breath in here and slowly lower your knees down. Sit back into your child pose. Take a rest. Nice breath in and release the breath. So you might want to take a few rotations through the wrists. This can help if you've got any tightness here. Lovely. Maybe wriggle the fingers, maybe give them a little bit of a shake. and release down to the floor. Really nice. One more breath in here. And exhale, we're coming back to that lovely downward facing dog. So tuck under with your toes. Really connect into those shoulders, draw them away from the ears. Hold on to those tennis balls underneath your armpits, the imaginary tennis balls. And then we're going to press into the underside of the toes. And as we exhale, lift the hips up and back. Again, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. We're going to just begin to walk the hands back a fraction, just to the middle of the mat. And then we're going to walk the feet forwards. Lovely. Until they meet. And we meet in Uttanasana in the middle of the mat. Just allow the head to hang down. And take a nice generous bend of the knees if you need to. So just to make sure that you're looking after the lower back. Lovely big breath in here. And then taking the hands to the thighs, we're going to gently roll all the way up. Coming up to standing. Well done. And step to the front of your mat. Beautiful. So just take a moment here to find your mountain pose. So we're going to press down into the outside edges of the feet as much as the inside. Find all four corners of those feet and see if you can gently engage the arches. Beautiful. Spread the toes nice and wide. Lovely. And then just begin to squeeze gently into the calf muscles, lift the kneecaps and connect into the front of the thighs and the back of the thighs. We're going to draw the belly in and lower the tailbone a little bit so we feel nice and connected. But we're not forcing anything, we're just softening the body into a nicer, slightly more upright position. Think about lengthening the spine and drawing yourself all the way up and through the crown of the head. Lovely. Shoulders are away from the ears. Take a nice big breath in here. And breathe out. And again, a nice breath in here. You can close the eyes and feel totally connected into your body. And breath out. Lovely. And then one more breath in here. And breath out. Beautiful. We're going to inhale and lift the arms up overhead. Take a lovely reach up. See if you can touch your ceiling. And exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward. So allow the body to fold over. Hands come to the floor for a moment, release the head, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, come to half lift. So we're going to bring the hands to the knees first time around. And then just taking our time here, draw the shoulders away from the ears, draw your belly in nice and tightly and lengthen out through the top of the head. Beautiful. So you might even want to look up a little bit through the eyebrows. Find a lovely straightness through the legs so you're feeling a pull into the hamstrings. Beautiful. Connected into the feet. Big breath in here. Exhale, draw that belly in and release all the way back down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Beautiful. We're going to step back into a lunge. So breath in, take the right foot, take it back as far as you can. Okay, feel nice and comfortable with it though for a moment. Knees over the ankle. And we're going to lower the bottom a little bit. Just find that lovely low lunge. Connect into your shoulders again. Squeeze into the back of the leg and draw your belly in. So we're just taking the time to work slowly through our sun salutation just to feel where we need to be holding it. Lovely. Squeeze the legs. I'm going to take a breath in here. Bring the hand to the inside of the foot and then step back, downward facing dog. Lovely. So bring yourself into a comfortable downward dog again. Spreading the fingers, pressing down with the heels, scoop the belly in and draw the hips back. Lovely. Take a breath in here and as we exhale, we're just going to lower the knees down to begin with and come to a nice hands and knees position for this first round. So inhale gently into your cow pose and exhale to cat. Lovely. Inhale into your cow pose, find that lovely flexion and fluidity. And exhale to cat, beautiful, should feel really nice. And one more time, we're going to inhale into our cow pose, looking up, and exhale into cat. Beautiful. Inhale, tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, so draw those heels a little bit further down towards the floor if you can. We're going to breathe in, pick up the right leg, not too high, keep those hips nice and balanced. And then as we exhale, we're going to step that leg gracefully through. So you can take it in 2 steps if you need to, and come into a lunge on the other side. So again, pressing out through the back of the heel, strong through that leg. See if you can lower your bottom a little bit more. Draw your belly in and look up through the eyebrows. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. One more breath in here, and we're going to power through the back leg and bring it alongside that right foot. Inhale as we lift the arms out to the side. Take them all the way up to the ceiling. Palms together, down to your heart center. Lovely. Take a nice breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Find that mountain pose. And one more breath in and breath out. Beautiful. So inhale, arms are going to come up again. Exhale, fold forwards. I'm going to come on to the other side now. So just allow the body to kind of hang down here for a moment in Uttanasana, bending those knees if you need to. Beautiful. And then inhale to your half lift. Take the hands to the knees. Nice. Engage into the shoulders. Draw your belly in. Lengthen out of the top of the head and find stretch through the back of the legs. Nice. Breath in here and exhale all the way down. Release those hands. Release the head. Uttanasana. One more breath in here. Lovely. And this time we're going to come onto that left side. So pick up your left foot and step it back as far as you can. Find this lovely lunge on the left side. So beautiful. Press down into the hands, lower the bottom, engage your shoulders and press through the back of the heel on your outstretched leg. Lovely. Find that straightness and squeeze everything. Squeeze the muscles of the legs, squeeze the belly. Nice. Bring the hand to the inside and then taking the other foot back. Downward facing dog. Lovely. So press into those heels. Allow them to come down to the floor. Nice wide dog here. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, slowly lower the knees down to the floor. Beautiful. We're going to inhale into our cow pose and exhale to cat. Nice fluid movements. Inhaling to cow and exhale to cat. One more time. Inhaling to cow and exhaling to cat. Beautiful. Inhale. Tuck the toes under and exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Nice big breath in here and we're going to pick up that left foot this time. Find balance through the hips and then on the exhale we're going to step, walk or drag it through to the top. However you need to get that foot back and we'll come into this lovely lunge on the other side. So pressing firmly into your right heel this time. Lower the bottom down. Look up through the eyebrows. Draw your shoulders away. Find an opening through the collarbones. Really nice. One more breath in here. And we're going to bring the foot alongside. Inhaling all the way up. Palms together down to your heart center. Lovely. Release the hands. Breath in as you lift up through the crown of the head. Breath out, pressing down into the mat. Breath in as you open through those collarbones. Breath out, sending energy through the fingertips, really connected into your body. One more breath in here. And exhaling, you can very gently begin to open the eyes if you had them closed. So we're going to come into our second round of sun salutation, which is going to be a little bit quicker, and we'll be coming to plank and cobra in between. If you want to use the first version of just cat-cow, as we did, then you can do that and just come down into that while we're doing the other. So nice big breath in here. Arms come up. Exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Take the hands down to the floor. Inhale, hands come to the shins or the knees. Find that stretch through the back of the legs. Breath in again and exhale, release down, Uttanasana. Inhale, we're going to step back and take that right leg all the way back, nice and long. Exhale, taking the left foot back, we come to our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a lovely big breath in here, and we're going to roll forwards into our lovely plank. So nice and strong through the belly here, pressing into those heels. Exhale, pop your knees down, release the feet, and lower yourselves down to the floor. Inhale, we're going to come into a nice gentle cobra. So press the pubic bone down, draw the elbows in towards the side of the waist, and gently lift the chest. Breath in and breath out. I'm going to take a breath back in here. Come back through the knees if you want to. And then tuck the toes under, back to downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, we're going to step or walk it forwards. Lovely. Nice and strong through the back leg. And then bring that left leg to the front. Inhaling all the way up. Palms together. Down to your heart center. Inhale up. We're going to come on to the other side. Exhale, folding all the way forwards. Inhale to shins or to knees. Engage the shoulders, draw the belly in. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, we're going to step all the way back, this time with that left foot. Really nice. And then exhale, right foot comes back. Downward facing dog, lovely. Lift the hips as high as you can and as far back as you can, scooping that belly in. Make sure your dog is nice and long, so make sure hands and feet are nice and far away from each other. And we're squeezing all of the muscles. We're contracting the muscles in the arms and the legs as we roll ourselves forwards into a nice plank pose, strong through the shoulders. Take a breath in here, pop the knees down. Release the feet, draw shoulders and elbows in towards the body and lower yourself down onto the mat. Inhale up into a low cobra. Beautiful. Keep pressing away with those feet. Really find the feet connected into the floor and lengthening the legs. Take a breath in here. We come back to hands and knees if we want to. Tuck the toes under and exhale back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breath in here, we're going to pick up that left leg and then as we exhale, walk or drag it through to the top. Lovely. Right leg comes alongside and we inhale all the way up. Lovely big stretch. Palms together, down to your heart center. Come back into your mountain pose. Beautiful. Well done, everybody. We're going to step to the middle of the mat now. Nice. So, taking the feet maybe a couple more inches apart than usual, so maybe 2 to 3 inches apart. Going to take a moment here just to allow the energy to settle in your mountain pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Well done, everybody. Nice breath in and nice breath out. Just close the eyes for a moment and notice how the body feels. Notice the feeling of air on your skin. Notice the mind as it begins to quieten down a little bit. Beautiful. We're going to just take a breath in here, slowly lifting the arms up and overhead. And take a nice gentle chair pose. So just ease the bottom down a little bit, bend the knees, draw your belly in. And I want you to think about tucking your tailbone under just a fraction so that you've got this connection into your belly and you're wrapping the ribs inwards, if that makes sense. If it becomes very hard on the arms, you can bring the hands to your heart center, but stay connected here. So really work with pressing the palms of the hands in together and feeling this lovely, kind of strength through the upper body. So wherever we are, we're working with purpose. Beautiful. So take a breath in here. I always have an itch when I'm doing this. Take a breath in here, and then we're just going to take that weight slightly over onto the left leg. So spread the toes nice and wide. We're going to just pick up the right leg and cross the ankle over the knee for a moment. Find a nice kind of stretch into the hip as you just open out. Remember, the hands can be here if that feels good for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Find your drishti, so rest your gaze on a non-moving object, something that you can just rest that gaze on and be drawn to. And don't worry if you're wobbling, it's all part of it. You know, that's all part of the process of building muscle. I'm having a right wobble today, so don't look at me. One more breath in here, and we're going to uncross that leg. Take it back over. Arms up if you want to again. Breath in and breath out. Lovely. Bring the arms down for a moment if you've had them up all the way, and just hold here for a second. Breathe in, squeezing the legs, and we're gentle. We're not down too low. We're kind of quite high up, as if we're on a high bar stool. Right, engage again into these glute muscles. Engage into the thighs. We're going to take a breath in. You can bring the hands down, or if you want to work at a higher intensity, keep those arms above your head. Breath in here, transfer weight over onto the other side. Pick up the left ankle, pop it over the right knee. So nice and strong. I've got the wobbles today. Lovely. Press firmly into the legs, so really squeeze the legs together. Draw your belly in. Find a deep breath here to help you. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. One more breath in here and exhale. We're going to replace that foot down. And we're all going to bring the arms up and reach all the way up and release down. Lovely. Roll those shoulders, especially if you had the arms up all the way. Well done. Really nice. So come back to your mountain pose for a moment. Soften the body. Close the eyes. Drop any judgments that you might have of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. So, going to take a moment here just to bring ourselves down to the mat. Excuse me. And we're going to bring the legs into Baddha Konasana. So, a couple of options here. Again, you can be sat on a blanket, or you can be sitting on a cushion if that feels more comfortable for you. Excuse me. You can have the feet nice and wide, nice and away from the groin if you want to, and keep a really lovely wide diamond shape if this feels much more comfortable for you. Whatever you're doing, just try to find some connection into those legs, even if you end up just with the legs out in front. Lovely. So, if you have got the soles of the feet together, you can begin to bring them a little bit closer inwards, or you can walk the hips up to the sitting bones up towards, if that feels a better way of doing it. So once you've come to a nice comfortable place that feels good for you, I want you to focus on having a lovely stretch through these inner thighs here. We're going to clasp the hands either around the ankles or around the feet. And then I want you to bring your awareness to your collarbones. So open your collarbones. And as you open the collarbones, you're going to find that the crown of the head lifts and the spine begins to lift upwards as well. Okay? And so we're looking for this gentle, almost forward tilt of the pelvis as we're sat here. Really lovely. Press the soles of the feet closely in together and just see if those knees want to release down and come down towards the floor at all. But don't worry if not. If the knees are up, that's okay. We're all different and we all have different shapes going on, and there's no kind of right or wrong with this. It's just about finding that lovely stretch here and working on that lift through the chest. Okay, close the eyes for a moment. Breathe in deeply as you lift up through the chest, And then as you breathe out, maybe seeing if you can bring yourselves a little bit forwards if you've got the space, or maybe seeing if the knees want to release a little bit more. Keep pressing the soles of the feet together. Well done. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Breathing in. You can close the eyes if that makes it easier for you. And breathe out. And one more time. Just a nice gentle breath in here, nice and steady. And breathe out. Really nice. So we're going to release the pose, bring those knees all the way back up and give yourselves a lovely hug here. So just hug around the knees and allow the head to just hang down if that feels good. Breathing in and breathing out as you just settle that energy down a little bit. Beautiful. So we're going to come into our cross legs now for a moment. And find a comfortable place, so using a blanket if you want to sit on. And come into a seat that works for you. So if you need to extend the legs out, please do. I'm going to work with the breath for a moment before we come into our relaxation. So the most important part of yoga for me is very much the pranayama, the breathing, and the ability to switch on all of the endocrine system, release the hormones that make us feel well again. This is where we release the healing hormones, the things that help us with anxiety, the things that help us to reduce inflammation in the body, and also we switch on analgesic properties that we have within our endocrine system as well. So take the time to find a comfortable place to be and allow the body to soften down. Close the eyes. And if you feel uncomfortable with eyes closed, you can keep them open, but just begin to soften your gaze. Try and fix your eyes on one point, maybe on the floor, and just soften that gaze. Beautiful. So we're going to let go of the legs, we're going to let go of the arms, allow them to be nice and soft. We're not holding any tension anywhere. The only tension we're going to work on a little bit is just finding an increased lift through the chest. All right, so you can release the belly nice and softly, maybe a gentle engagement still in the belly if it feels better for you. Notice what's going on with your belly. Sort out any clothing that might feel a bit tight or in the wrong place. Move the neck if you need to. Beautiful. And then we're just going to spend a couple of moments finding some lightness through the body. Lightness through the face. And come to your breath. So you're going to breathe in for 4, nice and steadily. And then retain the breath for 2. And then breathe out for 8. Nice and slow. And that's the pattern we're going to work with. 4 to 8 breathing. So breathing in for 4. Retain your breath for 2. And breathing out for 8. Inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale 8. Inhale 4. Hold for 2. Exhale 8. Inhale 4. Hold for 2. And exhale for 8. Inhale 4. Hold for 2. Exhale 8. Inhale 4. Hold for 2. And exhale 8. Inhale 4, hold for 2, exhale 8. Really nice. Just let go of the breath for a moment. Notice how your body feels. Come back to a nice natural breath. I want you to soften your breathing, just allowing a gentle and flowing inhale and exhale through the nostrils, almost rolling the in-breath into the out-breath, really smoothing the edges of the breath. See if you can get rid of that pause altogether. And then bring awareness back to the pause. And just notice what your natural pause is between the in-breath and the out-breath. Really lovely. And so we're going to very gently just begin to maybe open the eyes a little bit and start to make our way into Shavasana. So I'm going to put some music on for Shavasana. So I'll just get you comfortable down onto the floor, and then I'll switch over to the music that was so nice yesterday. So I think we'll have some music for a change. So or a bit more louder anyway. So coming down onto the floor, you can take the arms and the legs away from you, or you can have the knees bent if that feels better. If you've got any pillows or cushions, you can pop them under the knees, or even a bolster, again, take that under the knees. That might feel nice for you. Lovely. Any of you really struggle to lay down, of course you can stay seated if that works for you, or take yourself onto the sofa even if you really want to. That's okay. And I also want you to know that you're very welcome to stay in your Shavasana and stay resting should you need to at the end of the session. Don't feel that you have to get up. If you want to stay a bit longer in your Shavasana, then you're very welcome to. So we're going to start by very gently just releasing the arms and the legs wherever we are. Let go of any tension through the arms and let go of tension through the legs. If you're laying down, notice the back as it's supported on the floor. Lovely. And then I want you to really think about that connection you've got into the neck and into your head, and just let go of any tightness in the muscles around the head. Really just letting go. Lovely. And then find some softness and smoothness through the face. So as you let go of the face, maybe opening and closing the mouth a little bit and the eyes a little bit. Just noticing how that all feels, and then allow it to be relaxed and light. And notice that real smoothness that happens across the brow. Lovely. And then once you're ready and you're feeling that you're in a nice comfortable position, feel free to make yourself 5 or 10% even more comfortable. Take a lovely breath in. As you breathe out, soften everything down. Feel relaxed, feel safe, feel secure. And just know that you can be here for as long as you want to. I'll be bringing you out just before the end of class, and feel free to join in with that too if you want to. Lovely. So just take a few moments, settle down, and just begin to rest. so we're going to gently begin to deepen our breathing. Just bringing the awareness back into the room and bringing awareness back to your body. And just take a little bit of time to bring yourself around. There's no rush. And remember, those of you that want to stay in Shavasana, you're most welcome to. Okay, so we're just going to begin by making some small movements with the fingers and with the toes. So wriggling the fingers, wriggling the toes, bringing a little bit of energy back into those extremities. And then just open the palms of the hands nice and wide, really stretch into those fingers, feel that full range of movement into the hands, and do the same with the feet. So really stretch into the feet, taking the feet and the toes apart as much as you can. Really nice. And then maybe some gentle rotations into your wrist or to your ankles, or you might want to point and flex with the feet, if that feels good. And then allow those movements to become just a little bit bigger. So moving arms, moving legs. If you feel that you want to, you can bring the palms of the hands together, rub them together, create a little bit of heat and energy through those hands, and then taking the hands over the eyes, just resting the eyes in darkness until you feel ready to open them up and spread the fingers and just allow that bit of daylight to come in. Lovely. Well done, everybody. Okay, take a lovely stretch overhead. So if you're laying down still, you can just reach overhead, maybe point and flex with the feet. You might want to draw those knees in, create a little bit of movement into your lower back. Fantastic. Lovely. And then when you feel ready, bring yourself over onto one side or rock yourself up to seated and come to a nice comfortable seated position. Ah, nice. Okay. So just bring the awareness back to your body for a moment and notice how the body feels. Notice if it feels a little bit looser, a little bit more stretched, a little bit more flexible. Really nice. And just notice how your mind feels. It might feel a bit calmer, a bit quieter. You might just be feeling a little bit more contented than when you got on the mat. Lovely. So we're going to take a nice big breath in here. Bring the hands into the heart center. Beautiful. And take a moment to revisit any intentions that you may have set. My word for the day is acceptance, about accepting with a fluid situation, going with the flow, knowing that lives are going to change, things are going to be different. But, being adaptable to those changes, finding the joy and the purpose and the positivity in those changes if we can. Really nice. Beautiful. And we're going to take the hands up to the forehead and think kind and loving thoughts about ourselves and about others. Bring it to the lips and we speak with kindness and the truth. And take it to your heart and have a kind, open and loving heart. Namaste. Lovely. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. Next week the classes are going to be just a little bit shorter because I'm going to be doing a juice detox, so I've got quite a lot going on next week with exercise for myself, and I would have been in Portugal, you see, so I'm kind of going to do the detox and the retreat for myself at home. But I will still be streaming 3 times, so Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, and then the following week I'm going to be starting with more outdoor classes, weather dependent. And I'll be releasing and letting some of you know where they are. There's various places that I've got coming up, so I'll be working on that. So thank you, Maxine. I'm sorry there seems to be a poor signal for you today. Sometimes it's a bit of a Friday thing, as you say. But thank you for joining me, and thank you everybody out there. I hope you all have a really, really lovely weekend. Enjoy your time off if you've got time off. And if any of you have any questions about practice or any suggestions for classes, if there's anything that you'd like to do, instead, or anything you'd like me to sort of work with. Maybe you've got something going on with your shoulders, maybe something with your lower back. Whatever it is, you can always message me, just get in touch and I'll see if I can build it into the classes. So have a lush weekend, and I will see you next week sometime. All right, take care and lots of love. Bye bye.